Hello there, this is the Esport 10, and welcome to Deltarune. If it was showing correctly, it doesn't appear to be. Hello? It's capturing the audio correctly. Let me try something else. Why is that off center though? And also not the correct aspect ratio. Okay. There we go. That should be about centered. Don't know what the game capture is in game capturing. But I suppose that doesn't matter as long as the window capture is working. And the game capture is getting the audio, so... Alright. This should work. Welcome to Deltarune. In a few days now, 2 days from now, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 will come out. So I want to go back over Deltarune personally, just to, Oh, hold on. If I full screen this, is it going to mess things up? Probably. I have to deal with that in a second. But, I want to go back over Deltarune chapters 1 and 2. Just to kind of give myself a refresher. Plus, I haven't played Deltarune on my laptop before. So, this gives me the ability to put the saves over here. So, would you like to start from chapter 1? I think I would. Are you there? Yes, Doctor, I am. Are we connected? For about the 3rd time, I believe we are. Excellent. Truly excellent. Now, we may begin. First, you must create a vessel. Select the head that you prefer. I just feel bad for this person. I like one of these 3, I think. This one's not bad. Let's choose the one with slightly messy hair here. Select the torso that you prefer. This one. Select the legs that you prefer. You know I have to go with the messed up ones. I can't not. This is your body. Do you accept it? Yes. Excellent. You have created a wonderful form. Now, let us shape its mind as your own. What is its favorite food? Sweet, soft, sour, salty, plain, cold. What is my favorite food? Do I have a real strong preference? Not really. I don't really do favorites. Can I full screen this yet? Yes, I can. Okay, let's see if that changed the game capture thing. Or just made it so OBS can't see it at all. Is it capturing now? Hold on. Okay, it's capturing, but it's wrong. How do I fix that? I'm just gonna exit full screen. There we go. There's probably a better way to fix that, but whatever. I can deal with not being in full screen for a little bit. I think your favorite food should be soft. Your favorite blood type? Ab. One of these two. Let's go with C. What color does it like the most? It's going to be a hard cyan. Please give it a gift. Kindness, mind, ambition, bravery, or voice? I think I would want to go for kindness here. But voice also seems like a reasonable thing. Let's go with kindness. How do you feel about your creation? It will not hear. I fear this thing. Ever since I heard of Oblivion Theory, and like several other theories, there's a common theory that the vessel is the night. And that's like kind of its place. It's here so that we are able to play the game, right? And if it's here so that we can play the game, then it knows that there needs to be a game to play, which is theoretically why it would be setting up the different dark fountains. Either way, this thing also has no face. That's a little spooky. So yeah, I think I fear this thing. Have you answered honestly? Honestly enough. Do you acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure? No, I don't. I have no idea what the fudge that means. Understood. Name your vessel. What should I name you? I didn't think about this too hard. I have in mind to name it in a reference, but maybe not. What if I name you something I've named another character in a game before? Your name's going to be Bill. We called it Bill. We called it. Okay. And what about its creator? My name is East. As in Eastport Town. East. Excellent. Truly excellent. East. Thank you for your time, your answers, your wonderful creation will now be discarded. No one can choose who they are in this world. Your name is... Oh, I don't know how to do a Toriel voice. I feel like if I try, I'm just going to do a Mirabelle voice again. Chris, if you do not wake up, we will be late for school. I'll wait outside for you, alright? Alright. Enter stage left, Chris. Is that stage left? That would be stage right, technically, since we're it is based on the audience, ain't it? And I have to look up. It's not based on the audience. It's based on the actor, so this would be stage left. Yes, okay. Chris from stage left. There's some CDs under the bed. Classical, jazz, religious ska. There's also a game console. There's one normal controller and one knockoff one. It's been a while since I've played. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing. Flowers are blooming. On days like these, kids like you should be going to school, really. The drawer is mostly empty except for a school cross-country shirt with a tear in it. It's a computer desk. There are many boxes under it filled with old books. It's a red wagon with a rusty birdcage in it. Looks like it's seen quite a few crashes. It's stained. This wagon alone is something that hits me a lot with Deltarune theories. I have a few theories in mind that I'm going to be looking around evidence-wise for, or thinking about as I continue through this game. But this wagon alone implies that Chris has thrown the soul into the wagon before the game, even before the game starts, because it says, looks like it's seen quite a few crashes, right? And, like, you can assume that means the wagon, and of course wagons get crashes, but, like, it could also be referring to the birdcage, and either way, it gives off, to me at least, the implication that, that Chris is, before the events of the game, has been making use of the birdcage and the wagon to toss the soul aside, which is curious because that would imply that Chris has been doing that since before we possessed them, if we are possessing them. And that is one of my little theories. It's based on the worst evidence in existence, and it goes against a lot of what the game purposefully tries to tell you. But this is a game that very much is trying to imply that you, the player, are controlling Chris, the character, in an unwilling fashion, that you are an entity outside of Chris. that Chris is an entity outside of you and outside of your control. And that the game does so much to try to subtly tell you that, to the point where it's going to become common knowledge, to the point where it is common knowledge, really. And I have a little theory in mind called, I think I want to call it all alone theory, which is just the theory that Chris isn't possessed at all. It's based on quite possibly the worst piece of evidence I could find. But the idea is that Chris is convincing themselves that they are possessed by some otherworldly entity because Chris doesn't want to have to take responsibility for the events of their own lives. Their own life. Like, if Chris was being possessed, this side of the room having no awards on it, having no real show of achievement, being so undecorated, wouldn't be Chris's fault, right? It's an escapism. And since this game deals so much with escapism, the concept that you want to escape from being responsible for your own life, escape from really being the one to blame for your own mistakes, could lead, in a mentally ill fashion, a person to convince themselves that they're not the one in control of their own life. That's just a concept. I came across this concept while watching a speedrun, a Snowgrave speedrun, and I saw a few lines from Spamton. And I caught them out of context, and in context they mean something completely different. But out of context, I just kind of looked at it and I was like, hold on, what? And I believe the line I caught was, until you realize you are all alone, which is where my chosen name for the theory comes from. Is it likely to be true? Heck no. It would be a heck of a twist to a story, though. The main character who thinks they are being controlled by a player hasn't been this whole time, and it's just been kind of a self-destructive delusion. Either way, that's just one of many theories, and it's likely to be very wrong. But it's something I'm keeping in my mind, because that would explain this at the very least. I've heard some theories that there's going to be a Chapter 0, and if that, because of things found in the files, and if that turns out to be the case, then this also has another explanation. It could have been used before. Either way, I'm delaying too much. Let's continue on with the game. A cactus. Not much to say about it. Oh, yeah, that's another thing that I picked up on, but Deltarune here does not describe cactuses as tsundere, which is a kind of weeby thing to do, and it's something that I kind of stuck in the back of my mind as a difference between Deltarune and Undertale the first few times I went through playing this game. Guess and boom. Is that the narrator in this game doesn't make as many anime references and seems to actively avoid the concept of anime, or at least anime reviews. And that is something I picked up on in back when Chapter 1 released, because at that time I was heavily focused on heavily focused when it comes to this game, with differences between this game and Undertale, and also I was thinking about the Nora Kara theory in Undertale, with the very popular theory that Kara, or Kara, I suppose, because it's character, that Kara is the narrator of Undertale, which led me to question, well, does Deltarune have a specifically defined narrator? And, like, if we were to go back in here, it's a beautiful day outside, a direct reference to the genocide route, which would require the narrator to know what the genocide route is, to have witnessed that in some fashion, to specifically have witnessed the fight between Geno Frisk and Sans. However, I suppose that's also a line that Asgore says, isn't it? And I logged that in my head under my Deltarune theory evidence list. That whoever this narrator is, they had to know about Undertale, and specifically Undertale's genocide route. So, likelihood they would have to be a character from Undertale. There are many crayons in the drawer. The labels have long faded. There is no green. I've heard some people say that this might be a reference for Rousey. As to what Rousey could be, a green crayon. It would explain the hat. I've also heard some people say that it's a Homestuck reference, so heck if I'd know. I've never seen Homestuck. It's only you. Okay. This is another small piece of evidence that I logged in my head away for that all alone theory. If this is only Chris, then it's not us. The door is locked, and there's nothing else. You look inside the sink cupboard. There's a can of Icy's Cool Boys Body Spray. Spray for the boys. Flamin' hot pizza flavor. It seems to be almost entirely full. Which implies that Chris doesn't use it. It's probably Asriel's? And Asriel isn't here right now. Be that whether he's alive or not, theory-wise. It's a toilet. Flush it? Yes. You flushed the toilet. Chris, is everything alright in there? Chris, what are you doing? You did not put a bath bomb in the toilet again, did you? Chris, if anything bad happens, you are paying for the plumbing bill. I don't think there's more dialogue after this. I'm just going to do this a few more times, just to make certain. For all I know, there could be more dialogue way after this point, but... On the shower ledge, a small container of apple-scented shampoo. And a gallon-sized container of pet shampoo. The apple-scented one is for Chris. We have the information that Chris is in some way apple-scented. I don't remember exactly where that information came from, though. I don't remember if that's directly mentioned in-game or if that is like newest girl Spamton sweepstake information. This is only my 3rd time playing Chapter 1, and it's been years since the last time, so there's a lot of things I'm not going to fully remember. There's a photo on the fridge. It's of you, your mother, and your brother. No father. So it must have been before the divorce. There's some white fur stuck in the drain. There's some cinnamony batter caked on the stovetop, which implies that they do not use fire magic, because magic is not a thing that exists in Deltarune Light World, I guess. Cookie cutters for gingerbread monsters and gingerbread humans. The trash can somehow is emitting a pleasant floral scent, so there's already flowers in here. Okay. It's a landline phone, but you already have a cell phone. It's Cherry-Ole, the beloved living room chair. Literally just picked up and plopped in here. It doesn't fit the shading of the rest of the house. It's an unnamed chair. It's a book of hymns. Religious. It's the TV. Doesn't seem to even be plugged in anymore. Right, in Chapter 2 it is plugged in, which implied that in the end of between Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, Chris plugged in the TV and then used the eating of pie to try to cover the tracks, I guess, or maybe just got sidetracked. Either way, it implies that the creation of the dog fountain was premeditated, even this far back. Chris, there you are. You might still be able to make it. Chris, it's a beautiful day today, is it not? I hope it stays this way when Azrael visits next week. But I wonder, after the excitement of university, will you still enjoy coming home to this little town? There's only one parking lot, and it's exactly one car width wide. There was a space for a second one right there, but like, no, I guess not. Chris is doing this on their own, too. So, does everyone have a... Oh, Chris, we thought you weren't coming today. We're doing group projects this month. So walk around and find a partner, okay? What was that flippin' Alfie's voice? I just did random. Check the time. It seems to be time for class. Yep. The computer's wallpaper is a rotating slideshow of nature images, and rarely an image of two buff superheroes embracing and blushing. You need to change your... you need to be careful with your flippin' wallpaper file. Okay, class, today we're going to talk about the Oblivion theory, or the device theory. Get ready. It's a bunch of roses. From who? Who gave you the roses? Who gave you the... Like, okay, I have a plausible answer. But it's not really a plausible answer because they don't know each other in this universe yet, do they? I was very sorry. Tim already have partner. It is a black and white hard-boiled egg. Sadly, it seems to already have a partner. Tim partner with egg. Yo, Chris, show up earlier next time. Hold on, I got a message. What did that say? Okay, don't need to worry about that. Yo, Chris, show up earlier next time. I ended up having to partner with Snowy. Now he keeps turning to me and saying, howdy, partner, like a cowboy. Yo, Chris, you're lucky. I'd rather be partnerless than this. Partner? I hardly know her. What'd you think of that one? Funny, right? No? Well, I got news for you, pal. I've already got a partner. Scram! Oh boy. I'm gonna have to come up with a birdly voice, and it's gonna have to be something I can use more than once. Chris, you know Jockington and Catty are always partners. We're the ultimate academic duo ever since our first gym class. It was hula hoop day, and they ran out of hoops for us, so she used me instead. That's our origin story. We seem different, but me and Catty have a ton in common. We both like breathing and unhinging our jaws. That's right, Chris. I've got the good partner. And we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Because I need money. And I'm also very funny. Click, click, tap, tap. Hey, Ken. Ah, Chris. Late again, I see. You need a partner? Sorry, I'm already partners with the second smartest student. Though, wait, Chris, now that I think about it, your unique skill set might help a lot on this assignment. Nah, I actually want to get an A. Ask elsewhere, Chris. I actually want to get an A. You already said that. If you can't get to anyone, maybe your mom will be your partner again. The flippin' folk. That dialogue picture. Ridiculous. Hey Chris, what's up? Did you lose your pencil again? Here. You want the candy cane one or the one with lights on it? Huh? You wanna be partners? Sorry. Bradley already asked me, but I could ask Miss Alphys if we could make a group of 3. I'll ask if you're sure. Not yet. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone else you can ask. What? What am I watching on my phone? It's schoolwork, of course. An animated schoolwork, and... hey, Chris, have you chosen a partner yet? Don't worry, Mew Mew. You'll always be my partner. Fringe. You wanna be partners? Sure. Okay, I'll ask. Miss Alphys, is it okay if we have a group of 3? Hey, what? No! I do not approve of this. What? What? But Chris doesn't have a... Noelle, what were you saying? She was just saying we're fine being alone. Actually, I just want to know if... Noelle, could you please speak up? Kabonk. Enter the issue child, Susie, whose name is an anagram for issue. Oh boy. I don't feel like I've done a single good voice yet. I am not going to be able to do a good voice for Susie. Am I late? Oh, no, we're just choosing partners for the next group project, and, Susie, you're with Chris. Great. Now that everyone's here, I'll write the assignment. Has anyone seen the chalk? This is the third time it's gone missing, and you all know I can't start class without some. How about this? If no one speaks up, everyone gets in trouble. That is a horrid method of figuring out what happened to chalk. Hey, there might be a box in the supply closet. Miss Alphys, why don't Susie and I... Good idea, Noelle. Susie, since you came in last, why don't you get it for me? Whatever. And Chris, can you go with her and make sure she, truly gets it and stays out of trouble? Thanks, Chris. See you later. Chris, if I had arms, I would take off this cool hat in remembrance of you. Click, click, tap, tap. Don't die. Chris, don't listen to him. It's not that bad. You'll probably survive Susie beating you up. You're just gonna